Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So let's look at Dolomite or DOLO token. It's been a while since I have covered this, and this is how its price looks like. So it had a really massive surge, as you can see. So the token went from 2.7 cent to as high as 40 cent, around 40 cent, as you can see. So that was over 1200%, 39% surge, as you can see. And it happened because the token started to get a lot of attraction and it got listed on a lot of exchanges. So there was a Binance listing as well as Coinbase listing and some other listings as well, and because of that it had a massive hype and this surge happened. Now after this massive surge, the token is in the correction. Is as of now it's making a really good correction as of now, and I think this correction is, to be honest, worth it because this was just a massive surge. Now if we try to use fib retracement tool, and this is probably the best support that it found as of now, around 10 cent, as you can see. So if it does lose this, it may eventually go down, but again, as of now, this was most likely the best support, I would say. Now in terms of what it does, so basically Dolomite is a next generation decentralized money market protocol and DEX that offers pro token support and capital efficiency with its virtual liquidity system. As of now, it is available on Arbitrum, Berachain, Ethereum, Botnex, Polygon, Mantle, and X Layer. And if you look at the investors, they do have really strong investors. There is Chainlink, Arbitrum, there is FalconX, GMX, which is one of the Arbitrum's biggest derivative platform. There is Mantle, there is the Graph, there is even the Coinbase Venture, so that's really good, I would say. And there is Chainlink Build, and there is Pendle. So they do have really impressive, I would say, investors. And in terms of its token, they have the token mechanism, which includes DOLO, VE DOLO, and O DOLO. So this is a mechanism that how it works. So basically DOLO is used for governance and some other things, and VE DOLO and O DOLO are not transferable though. So the only token that is transferable is this one. I'm not going in depth because if I do go in depth it will take a lot of time. So let's go to the distribution. So the token is the max supply of 1 billion, out of which 326 million is in the circulation, or 415 if we do include VE DOLO allocations. And basically they give out 20% of the airdrop, 20% of the core team, foundation gets around 10%, investors gets around 15.2%, and service providers 3%, and community 30%. And this is how it's the unlock schedule looks like for the 4 year. And after 4 years there will be 3% annual inflation rate, so that is something you should know. So they may actually burn some tokens or all tokens, so it will depend on community what they decide. Now in terms of their roadmap, so that is a bit concerning. So they don't have any update on their roadmap since March of 2023, so I thought I should point that out. Besides that, we don't have anything big going on their Twitter, and I think that does explain why the token has been going down. So if we look at the TVL, that is things get really interesting. As you can see, the TVL did hit a high of back in Feb when Berachain was at its peak, and after airdrop it did go down, so that I don't think that anyone would be surprised. But I think this massive downfall of the Berachain was expected because the hype was only for the airdrop. Now if we talk about its token unlock, so there is if you look at here, so investors are getting tokens on a monthly basis, as well as liquidity incentives, and there is a boycott incentive, so that they have. So overall, as of now, the token does have a small sell pressure from the investors as well as from the community as well, I would say. Now in terms of the products, there is borrow strategies. You can do a lot if you want to, so I just want to talk about its price in this video, so we'll just focus on that. So as I said, the token has found really good support around here. So if it can hold this 9.2 to 12 cent range, I think it may eventually break above. So this is the range that I'm talking about. So if it can hold this range, I think it may break above in the future. But again, if it doesn't, let's say that if it continues to like trade here, it continues to go sideways. Sometimes it goes as high as 12 cents, after that it goes as low as 92 cents, and if it does ever breaks below here, if that happens, I think the next move could be as low as 5.7 cents. And if it doesn't, if it does breaks above from here, I think the token may actually end up hitting like 20 cents as well. But again, considering like this hype, this was all because of the listing, so as of now I would be expecting like a pretty good correction. So at least as low as 7.6 cents, that would be the next like line of support, I would say. So it can make a correction as low as 7.6 cents, and after that it may start to go up again. So I think as of now the next target would be 7.7, and if that does like happens, the token may bounce back from here. So that is the next line of support I would be looking at. So if let's say that if it goes in this range, I think we may see a really good bounce back. So it may basically regain this 9.3 again. Of course, that is in the future, but as of now, I think the token is like the possibility of it going as low as 9.2 is there, and if it can go up from here, we may see it surge back to like 12 cents. If it does reject at 12 cents, I think it will most likely go back as low as 9.2, and if it doesn't hold, it will most likely go like in 7.7 to like 7.1 cent range. And again, if we look at all of that hype, it was due to listings, so that means we will not get that exact same hype. And if we look at STVL, STVL is basically like struggling a lot. It's doing really well on the update run, but the bearer chain is basically down. So the thing that I would be looking at would be that if they announce, let's say, base or some other layer 2, it may basically push the token to 20 cents or even higher than that. But again, if they don't announce more integrations, if like protocol doesn't grow, I think the token will eventually go down. And if that happens, we could be looking at like a surge as low as 7.1 cent, or eventually back to like 5.6 cent is a possibility again. But the token is fairly, I would say, low cap. It only has a market cap of like 41 million, and if its TVL continues to go up, it may basically go as high as like 20 cent, or even like all-time high could be possible if its market cap gets like to 150. But again, it does have token unlocks as well, as you can see. So again, I'm not expecting a big move from this token anytime soon. But again, let's see what happens. So the saving, like if its TVL continues to improve, its TVL continues to go up, the token may recover. But as of now, it's not looking that way. Anyways, thanks for watching. I just want to cover this token. I will back. No, thank you.